Hello and welcome to Newsroom series. Today, I'm Olumide Macaulay. Here's what's coming up. The federal government hands over Information Technology Center to the University of Calabar to boost learning of students. Delta State Governor inspects road projects being constructed to connect various communities. And River State Governor getting backing on plans to revamp SAI Farm and other agro-infrastructure projects in River State. First, a look at some of the major headlines in other parts of the country. President Bola Tinubu has directed the opening of Nigeria's land and air borders with the Republic of Niger and the lifting of other sanctions against the country with immediate effect. This directive is in compliance with the decisions of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government at the Extraordinary Summit on February the 24th, 2024 in Abuja. ECOWAS leaders had agreed to lift economic sanctions against the Republic of Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. The president has directed that the following sanctions imposed on the Republic of Niger be lifted immediately. And the United Nations Children's Education Fund has pledged to provide educational support for the abducted students and other children that have been distressed by the recent bandits' attack at Kuriga community in Chicken local government area of Kaduna State. The UNICEF Chief Field Officer, Dr. Jarida Vurakila, made the pledge when she visited Governor Ubasani to sympathize with him over the incident. She asked the federal government to beef up security in Kuriga community in order to enable care providers to have a safe and secure access to the community. And the Central Bank of Nigeria has allocated 2.15 million bags of fertilizer and 100 billion naira to the Ministry of Agriculture to cushion the effects of high prices of food in the country. The governor of the Apex Bank, Mr. Olayemi Cardoso, disclosed this during a visit to the Minister of Agriculture's office alongside the Minister of Budget and Economic Planning at the headquarters in Abuja. The Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAMB, is warning parents and guardians against enrolling minors in the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination. The registrar of JAMB, Professor Ishaq Olede, gave the warning while reacting to a suit filed by one Mrs. Ifeanyi Eke against the board over inappropriate text messages sent to her 15-year-old daughter during her registration. In a statement signed by the board's spokesperson, Fabian Benjamin, Mrs. Eke had filed a 100 million naira lawsuit against JAMB and 3 others before the Federal High Court, Lagos, over alleged unsolicited and inappropriate text messages sent to her 15-year-old daughter. The JAMB registrar says the board is ready to meet with the woman, maintaining that the sender of the message is not a member of staff of JAMB. And the management of Wuse Market has shut down operations following yesterday's fire outbreak. Eyewitnesses say the situation is tense as some persons are refusing to vacate the market and are wielding bottles and sticks to resist the vacation enforcement. The Nigerian Police Force and the NDDC are currently on ground to ensure peace and calmness is restored. And back in a moment with news from the South-South region. And as you may have gathered, our focus today on Newsroom series is the South-South. The federal government has commissioned and handed over an information technology center to the University of Cross River State to boost learning in the institution, as well as a solar panel and internet in the College of Health Technology, Calabar. During the ceremony, the wife of the president, who was represented by the wife of the Senate President, Mrs. Ekaite Akpabio, explained that the center is a collaborative effort of the Renewed Hope Initiative and the National Information Technology Development, NITDA. She urges the beneficiaries of the center to make good use of the facility.
In the quest for national development, the role of technology cannot be overlooked, especially in advancing digital participation in institutions across the nation. This is the reason for this establishment, built by Renewed Hope Initiative in collaboration with the National Information Technology Development. The wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, represented by the wife of the Senate President, Ekaite Akpabio, and her entourage in Calabar to commission and hand over the center to the University of Cross River State, and their first point of call is at the governor's office at Dan Achibong's lodge.
Excellency, the wife of the president extends her greetings to you and thanks you for welcoming her through us and for receiving her. The visit of today is just for Cross River State specifically and for Cross River State University. Where through NIDA, she had been able to give them laptops and what you will call Digital Economy Center to help the students with their work and other things they need to do without stepping out of the campus.
The governor assures the team that he will build on the gains of the ICT Center and extend it to other institutions in the state.
We appreciate totally what you're coming to do here. I think e-governance is the way, and Cross River State has taken that very seriously. Actually, when we look at the percentage of unemployment of our young ones who are interested, of course, in ICT, I think every government, not just Cross River State, has no option than to make sure that we make the ICT the real base of trying to transform our economy.
I'd like to ask.
After that, they moved to the venue of the ceremony where the center is commissioned and the essence of its establishment is stressed.
In the name of God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
I officially hand this center over to you, the management team of the university, for the benefit of the people of Cross River State. I hope this center inspires you to dream big, especially our students, that you should nurture your curiosity and never stop learning. Nigeria is waiting for your unique talents and contributions. Remember, the opportunities are limitless.
Her Excellency, the students of the University of Cross River State, if you are watching us from wherever you are, I'll send their heartfelt and warm greetings and love from Cross River State to you wherever you are now. As we celebrate the remarkable achievement, may it serve as a catalyst for continued progress and prosperity in our state and country, Nigeria. I appreciate the efforts and ingenuity of the National Information Technology Development Agency, led by the Director General, Mr. Kashifu Inowa Abdullahi, and the entire staff of NIDA for finding Cross River State fit to be a beneficiary of this laudable intervention.
The College of Health Technology in Calabar gets a solar panel and internet courtesy of the wife of the governor, Reverend Eyanwa Notu, to enhance studying in the institution.
The governor of Delta State, Sheriff Oborevwori, has inspected ongoing projects, stating his resolve to connect communities with road infrastructure and enhance the lives of people, especially those in rural areas. The governor spoke during the inspection of the Okpanam-Ibusa bypass road and other roads, including the Orere Bridge.
The inspection by the governor and his team begins from the Okpanam-Ibusa bypass, which connects the Benin-Asaba Highway to Ibusa-Onueli-Asaba Expressway. He notices the gully erosion beside the road while being guided on a tour by the contractor, the Commissioner for Works, and the Ministry of Works supervising engineers. The Beneku Bridge in Ndokwa is the next stop. The bridge connects communities in Ndokwa East and West local government areas. For many years, the people had been forced to cross over with canoes.
We are thanking the government for helping us for this period. Otherwise, we have been suffering for a long time. We have been suffering for a long time, most especially when our wife is under pregnancy. No time to take it out. Before we come for help, they born on the road. Sometimes no surviving. So we are appreciating government for considering us. They're like a dream which come to pass.
Governor Sheriff Oborewore is also excited that the project will be completed during his administration.
This Beneku Bridge is something that is very important, connecting two key local government. For all the years, they have been using pontoon to carry vehicles, goods, and so many things to cross. You can even see that bike cannot even cross. They use the paddle canoe to do that. And the previous administration felt that it is good to put a bridge here, and it's part of connecting with the people, and that's what they have been doing.
The 4.5-kilometer Emevo-Orogun Road Phase 1 in Isoko North and a bridge that links several agrarian communities are also part of the projects being inspected.
I have every reason to boast, sir, that your government has done the best for us. We are indeed grateful and we welcome you. Also to assure you, sir, that this community, both those who are hearing me now and those standing here, whatever sins they committed against you and the PDP government in 2023 will never repeat itself.
Finally, this uncompleted structure, originally constructed for technical education, is now being converted to serve as a satellite campus for the University of Science and Technology. After the inspection, the governor says the Faculty of Management Sciences will take off from this site.
The site that proposed was the technical college that is ongoing, and for some reasons, because of the terrain, we have not come to site for almost a year now. And the Ministry of Technical College has also met with the Ministry of Higher Education to transfer the project to the Ministry of Higher Education. The process is ongoing, and that has been on, and by the end of this week, they will be able to finish that.
All of these projects were initiated by the previous administration, but Governor Oborewore says that he is committed to seeing to their completion, pledging that none of them will be abandoned by his administration.
Welcome back. The Niger Delta Development Commission is partnering with Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria in order to revive its rice milling factory in Rivers State. The 180-ton-per-day rice farming mill was constructed by the NDDC in 2010 but was abandoned. The Executive Director, Projects of NDDC, Mr. Victor Antai, during an inspection of the facility with the Refan team, insists that the facility will be revived to ensure food security in the region. This is the 180 tons per day NDDC rice mill at Elele Alimini in Nemohia local government area of Rivers State. This facility, built in 2010, was lying fallow until it was released to a private rice production firm in 2017. It was later abandoned by the firm in 2022 after a few years of production. The Executive Director, Project of the NDDC, Mr. Victor Antai, in company of some directors of the Commission, is here with a team from the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, RIFAN, who were invited to seal partnership for the revival of this multi-million naira rice mill.
We decided to bring in the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria to come in and then explore ways of getting this rice mill working again. From growing the rice itself, mechanized rice farming, into also sending them straight to the mill, from the mill to the bag. The bag is the final product that goes into the market. Like one of us said earlier on, we will also have what is called the Niger Delta rice. From our interaction with them, the best place for rice to grow in Nigeria is the Niger Delta region.
The NDDC promised to return the milling factory to full production, which will help ensure food security in the region as well as create employment opportunities for the youth and boost rice production in the country.
I welcome the Rice Farmers Association. We want to tap into your wealth of experience. We want you to come in here and create jobs for our teeming youths. We are transiting from transaction NDDC to transformation NDDC. Real transformation where you can see the dividends and feel and eat the dividends of democracy.
For the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria representatives, this collaboration will improve rice production capacity in the South-South region and the country.
We are here now, we've seen the rice mill, and we have seen also the willingness and the commitment of the Niger Delta Commission to go all out into rice production, processing, and to also providing jobs, employment, and creating wealth to the teeming youth of this region. And we're very sure what he said, we can surpass that. We not only produce rice to feed only this mill. No, we produce more rice to feed Southwest, as well as now take the surplus out to other mills across the other regions.
We have seen and we have attested that NDDC has a Midas touch to a complete value chain development in rice production in Nigeria. Given that we have the available arable land, we have the human resource, we have the ecology for us to produce rice, like the Executive Director Project has mentioned. We, the leadership of RIFAN in this state, want to assure the NDDC that this partnership that has been developed, we will dwell on it and ensure that we'll make the people of the Niger Delta region to be happy, because in rice cultivation, we're going to create wealth for our people in the Niger Delta region.
Earlier, the RIFAN team, led by its Deputy National President, Victor Korade, had a strategic meeting with the Executive Director, Projects, and some directors at the NDDC headquarters in Port Harcourt, where a partnership agreement was signed. The realization of this partnership will no doubt help the interventionist agency meet its food security mandate in line with the renewed hope agenda of the President Tinubu-led federal government. Some agricultural experts have pledged their commitment to support the Rivers State government to resuscitate existing farms to guarantee food security in the state. The group, who are staff of the defunct Rivers State Sustainable Development Agency, made the promise during a rally in Port Harcourt to appreciate Governor Fubara for promising to revamp the multi-million naira SAI Farm that was developed by the agency under the administration of Mr. Chibuike Amici.
This is not a political rally, but a walk to call for development action in Rivers State. These men and women are professionals in various fields whose ideas birthed the success stories in the Rivers State Sustainable Development Agency, RSSDA, during the administration of former Governor Chibuike Amici.
And this is the place that plays host to.
Part of their achievements was the establishment of the Rivers State SAI Farm for livestock production, crop cultivation, fisheries, forestry, engineering services, agro-industrialization, and training of aspiring farmers, with provision for holiday accommodation for tourists in Thai local government area. The farm, however, went moribund in 2015.
The idea is that we want to have a model farm that never exists in Nigeria. And that farm is going to feed beyond just Rivers people. But that farm, was ill-fated by the last administration due to lack of funding. So at the very teething stage, when that farm was supposed to have all the equipment that's supposed to be working, of course you need human beings to work. That was when we had the challenge of funding. And so today you see most of those things out of dilapidation are destroyed. So we are particularly happy when we heard that the executive governor Sir Fubara is going to revamp Songhai. We were grateful to him, and such a move, you cannot just sit down. And all we need to do is to support him.
In October last year, Governor Simlai Fubara promised to revamp the facility as part of his investment in agriculture.
What we have in Songhai is sufficient to care for River State, now that we have food crisis all over. So we appeal to the government to come back to Songhai fully and take our specialists from our SSDA to handle and address the issue of food insecurity in River State.
My visit here today is to see how effective is the line. But from what I've seen today, it's really impressive, and I can assure them that we're going to give the financial support to ensure that the production lines are all completed and we can go into full supply of the products with international standard to anywhere in the world.
Apart from the Songhai farm, the River State Cassava Processing Factory, commissioned by the immediate past administration in Oyigbo local government area, was recently inspected by Governor Fubara as he considers the operative's request to expand the facility for a more efficient production.
Meanwhile, an agriculture expert is advocating the expansion of the oil palm cultivation areas beyond the southern region of Nigeria, as this will help to increase production above consumption level. The acting executive director of the Nigeria Institute for Oil Palm Research, who shared this view with Channels Television along with oil palm farmers, also gave some essential planting tips for improved yield.
The oil palm thrives in the southern region of Nigeria for reasons including soil quality, appropriate planting materials, and rainfall, as the acting executive director of NIFO explains.
Once your rainfall is right, the minimum for the oil palm is between 1,800, to 2,200 millimeters of rainfall per annum, and the distribution should be fairly even, widespread.
He also advocates expansion of the production areas in the country.
We need to add some more areas in the middle belt, where you have a lot of land. Nigeria can harness up to 5 million hectares. Yes, that it can put into oil palm. The only thing is, the production might not be as much as you will, production per unit area might not be as much as you will get down south, but if you look at the economics, the cost of maintenance will be higher down south than you will have at the middle belt.
Other guidelines for improved productivity are taught field staff at the institute.
The spacing of 70 cm and do all over the nation. Standard blocking method is 1 hectare per field.
It gets even clearer with the oil palm plants on site.
Ensure that the depth is not more than what this tanner can accommodate, and you must not bury this plume and put it into gently this way.
The seedlings are subsequently moved to the open nursery.
You tear off the polythene bag at the back and transplant into this bigger one with the ball of earth.
From about 1 year, they are mature enough to be transplanted to the field. Not before some preparations on the land, however.
Oil palm spacing is 9 meter by 9 meter triangular. You can see the triangular form of the spacing.
As the plant grows, it's given more care. This farming consultant, who has invested years in oil palm production, also shares some important information.
In most times, if you maintain, in 4 years, you have started to get some yield. But a lot of people, they don't really maintain. If you maintain your farm, put fertilizer, do cycle weeding, then slash regularly, in 4 years, you have started getting something.
The experts are also in agreement that opportunities abound in oil palm production, and interested investors could take advantage of any part of the value chain to increase the country's production for local consumption as well as export. Jessica Lugusere, Channels Television News.
And that's it on Newsroom series today. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Mpo.